Hey there YouTube, Mark from the Swift Bros Gear page. Good to be with you again today. We're going to do the second video on restoring the C1 Plus, the Schecter C1 Plus today, and we're going to talk about finished necks. So finished necks have a reputation for being gooey, sticky, having your hand get caught as you try to move up the neck. They just can be kind of a pain. There are many ways to deal with that, including sanding all the way down to get rid of the finish, or just simply using like a kitchen scrubby. But I'm going to show you how I did it. I was going for more of a matte finish on the neck. It turned out pretty decent. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that.
Okay, the first step to all of this will be to use painter's tape and tape off anything that you don't want to sand. In this case, it's the bindings on either side of the neck. Take your time, get a good even edge there, and then just roll it over on top of the fretboard. And then once we've done that, we'll just turn the guitar around and do the other side as well. Okay. And next up, I'm going to also tape off both the neck and the heel. I kind of want to create a distinct end to where I'm sanding so that it looks purposeful and not just kind of like I randomly took sandpaper to my guitar. There you go. And with that done, next step is going to be to clean the neck. So just use, I'm using Dunlop 65 here, but any cleaner or polish that you have, just that will take some of that grime off before we get into the process of sanding. With that done, we're going to go through a process of 4 or 5 different grades of sandpaper here. These are not something you're going to find at your, Home Depot, big box store sort of thing. These go from 1,000 to 3,000 grit paper, and we are going to toss aside the 1,000 and 1,200 grits and start with 1,500. Now I'm going to fold over and tear off a piece of it that's just large enough to wrap around the neck. Again, this is 1,500 grit paper, and we are going to wet sand with this. So here's how I wet sand. I just get a little bowl of water and wet everything down. Some people use a spray bottle or other methods. I found this to work and be much easier to clean up. So the only thing that really matters is that everything is moist. So, and the technique for this is to wrap it around the neck and try to get even pressure and even contact for the entire circumference of the neck. That is actually a lot easier said than done, especially when you first start. So you're going to go in multiple attempts or multiple coats for this, and each time we're going to repeat the process, wetting the neck and wetting the paper, and then moving up to a finer grain sandpaper. In this case, I did, after the 1,500, I did 2,000, 2,500, and up to 3,000. And I did actually probably about 4 or 5 run-throughs, and then cleaned off the dirty water with the 3,000, and then actually pulled a couple of micro mesh pads in the 4,000 range and went over those lightly as well. So here you can see what it looks like. There is a nice matte finish on the neck. It's exactly what I was hoping it would look like. You can see that the gloss is still on the body, and there's a pretty decent transition. My tape job actually worked. And the neck itself is much more smooth, and it doesn't have any of the sticky stuff that it had before. Now, to finish this all off, I just, again, went back with the Dunlop 65, spray it onto a polishing cloth, and just clean off, again, the last little bit.
All right, so there you have it. That is how we take the glossy, nasty buildup of a finished neck and turn it into something that is easily usable. So, until next time, play what you love and love what you play. Thanks a lot.